Welcome to the FOCUS Broadband TV High School Football Game of the Week. We are back in Tabor City for the first time since week one. Tonight's game featuring the South Columbus Stallions and the Union Spartans. I am Sam Hickman, joined as always by the best color analyst in the business, Mr. Jay Combs. Jay, what can you tell us about the 0-3 Union Spartans as they've traveled to Tabor City tonight to take on the 1-1 South Columbus Stallions, who before their bye week enjoyed one of the most improbable victories we've ever seen together, partner?
Yeah, the Stallions put on a show a couple of weeks ago, and the visiting Spartans are going to have to put on a show here this evening to break what is right now a 20 consecutive losing streak. They are 0-3, 0-1 on this at this point in the season. One of those losses, Sam, was a forfeiture last week to Pender, but they lost 59-0 first week to West Columbus, and lost the second week 43-22 to BGC.
Bear Grass Charter.
Bear Grass Charter. Okay.
They are ominous start for the Spartans, partner. They bobbled the game's opening kickoff and had to fall on it at the 10-yard line. Yeah, so backed up against their old goal line to start.
Yeah, they are coached by Mark Oates. This is his first year at Union, but he has 30-plus years of coaching experience.
Union and quarterback Hippolito Soto. Union in the shotgun. Two receivers to the bottom of your screen. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. It was number 7, the quarterback, Ethan Johnson. The senior took the snap, went for old student body right, quarterback power over to the right side, and South Columbus swarms him in the backfield for a loss of yardage. Lost 5 yards on the play, setting up a 2nd and 15 for Union.
There's a lot of young players on this Union squad, and they're really, really just trying to find their sea legs, so to speak.
This time Johnson has a lot of running room. Got the ball across the original line of scrimmage out to about the 13 or 14. Yeah, we'll call it the 14-yard line. Picked up about 9 yards. But after losing 5 yards on first down, it'll be a 3rd and 6 for the Spartans. A good gain there on 2nd and 15.
Yeah, the statistics that Union provided, at least through Max Prep, were kind of limited for sure. I think they only maybe had the numbers in for the very first game of the year, which they didn't score any points. They did score 22 in a losing effort the next week. So sets up an early 3rd down situation for them, but South is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, I think South Columbus wanted a timeout before this 3rd and 6 play. And Jay, Union started this drive at their own 10-yard line, lost 5 on first down. Looked like they went back to the same play on 2nd down, picked up 9 yards. So after this timeout, we'll have a 3rd and 6 for the Spartans. And Jay, it's been a tough start. They lost 59-0. I believe it was in week 1, then 43-22 to Bear Grass Charter in week 2, and then it's officially a forfeit for Union in week 3. South Columbus lost a nail-biter in week 1, which was a FOCUS Broadband Game of the Week, to West Bladen before a most improbable 48-44 victory over South Brunswick on the road in week 2.
A 30-point fourth quarter, which is pretty unheard of, but not for the Stallions, at least that night. Their problem has not been scoring points thus far this year. They're averaging 35 a game, but they've been giving up 36 a game. Offensively, Sam, 527 yards a game is what they have managed to to do here in the opening 2 games of the season. Head coach Russell Dove, and of course the 1A, 2A Waccamaw Conference are the South Columbus Stallions.
Give around the right side, a big hit over there on the far sideline. Jay, as they say, it depends on the spot, but he was very, very close to the line again, and it was a first down, number 4. Andres Grimaldo on the carry. Got just enough for the first down yardage.
Yeah, Andres is a freshman.
Boy, he's fast.
As I mentioned before, a lot of young players, sophomores, freshmen, dot the roster for Union Spartans football team.
Toss around the left side. Grimaldo made a nice catch on the errant toss sweep, and he was chased down by Briar Johnson, the outside linebacker, dragged him down for a loss of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 16-yard line for the Spartans of Union.
Johnson, an impressive linebacker, only a sophomore. 5 total tackles coming into tonight, and a pair for losses make it 6 and 3 as he knifed in and brought down the ball carrier Grimaldo that time.
And Jay Bird, Grimaldo did a good job just to secure that toss. Oh, that ball's on the ground, partner. It is recovered by the Stallions. A high snap. Ethan Johnson could not handle it, and the Stallions pounce on the loose ball at the 12-yard line, and the host South Columbus Stallions in business early, 1st and 10 at the Union 12.
Yeah, Sam, and I think that was Ryan Chambers with the recovery. Chambers, a junior, 5'9", $165, but covered the ball up well. Let's watch it again. There you see 4 right in the middle of the picture, and there he falls down. Fumble recovery for Ryan Chambers. Great field position for South.
There's a give to Gore around the right side. He's got some running room, but then he is stood up at the 5-yard line, but a good gain on first down by South Columbus. That was DeMonte Gore. Jay, what a second half Gore had at South Brunswick 2 weeks ago. He was quiet for about 3 quarters, and then exploded late in that ball game. 3 touchdowns, a couple 2-point conversions, just really took over.
That's 6. No, it's not. Who ripped him down?
Yeah, it was 6, partner.
Okay.
A touchdown on the second play from scrimmage for South Columbus, and couldn't have scripted a better start. If you are South Columbus head coach Russell Dove, you get a takeaway on Union's first drive, and 2 plays later you turn it into 6 points. It's a touchdown advantage for the Stallions. 8:49 left in the first.
Sam, did you note who scored? I couldn't see the number. South Columbus conversion is good. Let's watch it again on replay. Here's the handoff, and I think it's number 5 or number 9 now. McPherson is one of their principal running backs, and it could very well have been number 9, McPherson.
Looked like Gore.
Gore. Oh, it was
like
Gore.
Gore
Okay, Gore's too.
Yep.
We are a bit away.
Yeah, shed a tackle on his way across the goal line, but there was a lot of bodies around him, so it was real tough to see that live and on the replay.
Yeah, the black jerseys with the blue numerals, while they're very pretty, are not the favorite of an announcer, I can tell you.
Jay, just the kind of start you want if you're Coach Dove coming off a bye week. You worry about maybe coming out flat. It's been 2 weeks since you've had a game. Well, South Columbus has not done that.
Nope. Do what, good teams do, which is take advantage of opportunities and a mistake. And there's another mistake there. Second time they haven't been able to really bring in the kickoff.
Manny Adams couldn't corral the long kick, and Number 12, Joseph Suarez, just dove on it to preserve possession. But for the second consecutive possession, Union will start this drive inside its own 15-yard line, partner.
Not a good place to start to try to get some momentum to break that 20-game losing streak. Been a long time since the Stallions have come out victorious.
And partner, I'm counting 9 people in the visitors' bleachers over there. Late arriving Union crowd, of course. Delay a game, I think, partner. Yep, delay a game against Union, so they'll back up half the distance. No, they'll go back to the 7-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15.
Sam, you were telling me that Union is from Sampson County.
Yeah, Rose Hill address. Not far from Wallace, not far from Clinton.
That's a pretty fair hike, isn't it, to get here?
Yeah, pretty good little haul.
Might be why we don't have an overflow visiting crowd tonight, but the kids are here. That's most important.
It's more than a hop, skip, and a jump. That pass intended for a receiver down the field falls incomplete. The pass was intended for John Malahise, the junior tight end. Couldn't quite track it down. So an incomplete pass sets up a 2nd and 15 from the Union 7-yard line.
So South Columbus in great position here to they can hold for the next couple of downs, force a punt, and get the ball back in good field position for their offense.
Handoff up the middle. He's got some running room across the 20 down to the 22-yard line. Pick up a 15 yards and a 1st down. That was number 4.
Andres Grimaldo.
Sorry, Jay, I keep showing him as number 7 on my Max Preps roster. I'm
yeah.
going to change that to a 4, and I'll get
change
it right
it to
next
a 4.
time.
Always happens.
Just a 9th grader, huh?
Yeah, early in the year, right? Rosters are kind of in flux. Yeah, that was an excellent run and good blocking at the point of attack. A nice hole, and Grimaldo knew what to do with it.
Grimaldo gets another crack at it. This time he's across the 25, brought down at the 29-yard line. A gain of about 7 yards, and maybe Union's found a little something with this running game, Jay Bird.
Well, Coach Oates could take 7 yards a crack, couldn't he? And I think Coach Belichick could. I mean, any coach would take 7 yards a play, and that's what they've done the last 2 times.
And Grimaldo, just a freshman. He's explosive back there, isn't he?
Pretty quick.
They're going to hand it to him again. This time the big boys from South Columbus were ready for him.
And
that was number 3, Caden Batten, the middle linebacker, just a 10th grader. Met Grimaldo in the backfield at the 26-yard line, dropped him for a loss of 4 yards, setting up a 3rd and 6 for the Spartans.
Yeah, Caden Batten's got a chance to be a real good high school football player, Sam.
He does indeed.
Runs the ball well, very active from that linebacker position, and a lot of upside for him.
So 3rd and 6, ball at the 26. Quarterback power around the right side. Ethan Johnson dropped at the 29-yard line. A gain of 3 yards, but Union about 3 long yards shy of the line to gain. And let's see if Union punts this one away. Clinton has raced out to a 12-0 lead over Whiteville in the first quarter. Low line drive punt, fielded. Klatta block in the back. Yep. Jay, is a great return, but it's coming all the way back.
Yeah,
there
that
were
flag.
2 different flags down at the 40-yard line. Well,
Yeah.
and they ruled he stepped out at the 23-yard line, so the touchdown wouldn't have counted anyway. But South Columbus is going to have to back up near midfield after that block in the back penalty. It was a good hit, just kind of got him behind the shoulder pads there. They're going to get that one most every time, partner.
Well, and there's a flag down at the 20 that was thrown initially, I think almost before the Union punter kicked the ball. So the officials, as you can see in your picture there, have a lot of sorting out to do here.
And Jay, that was a good call. It was kind of the timing of it in the area, maybe some kind of like illegal formation of some sort. And then during the return, you had the block in the back. So you're spot on. A lot to, yep, it was an illegal shift on Union. And then a personal foul blindside block against South Columbus on the return.
And one of the officials, I think, is talking to Coach Dove down at about the 35-yard line, getting an explanation. So where's the ball going to end up, Sam? Going to just kick it over?
Jay, I think they offset.
Yeah. That's Coach Dove there with his hat turned back, and guy's been doing this a long time, has he not, Sam?
He has. He hasn't. Jay, I think he's got a good thing brewing right now. They've got a lot of good young players on this South Columbus roster.
And they can score.
They can. And as you mentioned a couple weeks ago, it wasn't so long ago, Jay, they had 3 consecutive seasons of 10-plus wins.
Yeah.
About 4 years removed from that, but I think they're pointing in the right direction again. So almost halfway through the first quarter here in Tabor City. It's 4th and 4 for Union.
Can't tell who the punter is, Sam. He's kind of turned sideways here. Well, now they're going to walk this up a bit. Maybe that's where it was to begin with. I don't know.
Jay, the last digit for the punter is a 4.
4, yeah. Left-footed. Poison, 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 right?
That's right.
They still yell that?
Get away, get away. It rolls out at the 47-yard line, a punt of about 24 yards, and South Columbus will take over inside Union territory for its second possession of the game with 5:53 left in the opening period.
6-0 lead for, or check at 7-0 lead for South Columbus. And Mr. Gore, first of score here of the evening.
Here's Gore again, makes a man miss, still on his feet. Jay might score. He's going to do that.
He's
a
gone.
47. Oh, Jay, we got a flag down at the 24.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a 47-yard touchdown run, but it looks like it might be coming back, partner.
Boy, that's a shame because another run, great run by DeMonte Gore. Came into tonight's game averaging nearly 8 yards per carry. But he had a good run there, but it's coming back.
Yeah, Jay, I think it'll go back to the 34, though, so he'll still get 13 yards.
Not a bad
on the carry, but obviously not quite as good as a 47-yard touchdown.
You know, the thing about Gore, he can run the ball, but particularly in that game against South Brunswick, he was a more than capable receiver. And on the year, he's got 10 catches for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Gore, a senior, is a weapon for South Columbus.
And, Jay, the Union defense wants a timeout on the field to talk it over with 5:43 left in the first quarter. South Columbus 7, Union 0. South Columbus has a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of Union. Union has had 2 offensive possessions. They fumbled on their first drive and then had to punt it away on their second possession. South Columbus took over after recovering the fumble with a 1st and 10 at the 12, scored 2 plays later, and we're in the middle of South Columbus's second offensive possession of the night. So far, so good for the Stallions.
And come back out looking to do some more damage. Rush Blackwell is the junior quarterback. He's been quarterback here for a long time, and he's really settling in.
Big surge by the South Columbus offensive line. Blackwell bulls his way to the 28-yard line, a gain of 7 yards. That'll set up a 2nd and 3.
Elijah Fryer, one of a few Stallion tacklers that time. Yeah, Blackwell's a tough guy to bring down. He's pretty big. There goes Gore.
Gore around the left side, got a lot of running room, got a block over there near the 10, and he's muscled out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's down about the 6, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Stallions.
Check it, Sam. I think they said that's Xavion Belly who won the carry that time, number 5, not number 6. Tough to see him this far away.
Blackwell on the give around the right side. It's a foot race to the end zone, and it's a foot race that DeMonte Gore wins his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night with 4:40 left in the first. Stakes the Stallions to a 13-0 lead.
Now, nothing fancy, and you can see Gore there, long, lanky kid, but has speed, great agility as well, kicks up, and it is good. 82 Castrojohn, 2nd point after here this evening. That's something that they had a hard time doing a couple of weeks ago against South Brunswick. Looks like perhaps they've cured that here this evening. 2 for 2 for Castrojohn. Again, South Columbus doesn't have any problem scoring. They average thus far 527 yards of offense per game, and that has led to 35 points per game. Their issue has been more on the defensive side, but clearly off to a good start here this evening with under 5 to go in the first quarter and have not given up any points yet to the visitors from Union High School. And that's a almost like a fair catch, Sam. Number 28, Noah Naylor, a junior DB and wide receiver for Union, catches the ball, and the Spartans are going to take over right around there.
At their own 37.
Yeah, so best field position of the game thus far for Union. Let's see if they're quarterback Ethan Johnson can get something going. Has had some luck with the freshman running back Andres Grimaldo. Uh-oh. And another turnover.
Union tried a toss sweep out to the right, and it was over the head of the running back, fumbled. South Columbus recovers, and the Stallions will start another possession inside the 25-yard line of Union. This will be a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Sam, I was trying to see who recovered the ball. I want to say it was 22. That's A.J. Scott, sophomore. Maybe we can see it here.
Blackwell around the right side. This one's coming back to Jay Bird.
Man. You got a flag?
Yeah, the white hat threw it. Holding against South Columbus.
I'm not even sure they needed that hold to score that touchdown. So they'll do it over. Man, Blackwell laid the wood to the tackler from Union in the end zone that time. He is a big guy, as I mentioned before, and pretty hard to take down. Blackwell right side. Look at him carry the defenders with him as he rushes out of bounds at around the 17-yard line.
So, Jay, that's going to set us up with second and about 7, 2nd and 6 for the Stallions.
Yeah, got a big chunk of it back that time, Sam, but now that's
a good stop.
Yeah.
Jay, that was from the captain, Mr. Davion Fisher, 57, right?
Yeah. Big D, and he's a senior with a team that has kind of a thin roster and a lot of youngsters. It's nice to see a senior kind of step up as Davion did on that play. 3rd down situation now for the Stallions. Another good defensive effort.
On the left side. It's going to be just shy of the line. Nope. Going to have enough for the 1st down yardage. It is a 1st down. Stallions, ball inside the 15-yard line. So South Columbus in business once again. A little more resistance that time. The last 2 plays from Union.
Yeah, I think that was number 1, Laurencio Grimaldo. No doubt Andre's brother in on the stop. Oh, that's
Blackwell runs around the right side, down inside the 10, marked down at the 6-yard line. Gain of about 6 yards. We'll set up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Blackwell, showing low man wins. he got the last 2 or 3 yards with strength, being low to the ground.
2nd and 4. Give to Gore around the right side. He is untouched, and he is in. 3rd rushing touchdown of the night for DeMonte Gore. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown in less than 10 minutes of game action. And his 3rd score of the night pushes the score to South Columbus 20, Union 0, 2:22 left in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, Devontae picking up where he left off. Through the air against South Brunswick, on the ground tonight against Union.
He's on pace to score about 15 touchdowns tonight. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. 3 for 3 on point after tries for the Stallions, and it's 21-0, 2:22 left in the opening frame.
And you see it again there. Gore hardly touched as he ends up in the end zone. So South Columbus, golly, let's think about this, Sam. I know they had 30 points in the 4th quarter, and I think, if memory serves me, they scored the last 36 points of the game against South, and now they've scored 21 here. So
57 straight?
Straight points.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, good call, partner. 57 unanswered for the Stallions.
I'd say they're on a bit of a roll here.
$21-0, 9 minutes and 38 seconds into the game. The South Columbus kickoff.
Nice kick.
This one fielded cleanly by Union. That's Soto looking for running room. He's across the 30, brought down at the 34-yard line. So pretty decent starting field position for the Spartans of Union. And Jay, if I'm Union, I don't know if I'm going to go back to that tall sweep for a
Yeah,
while.
you might want to kind of work on that just a little bit more before we bring it out again.
And Jay, I kept the I right 28 sweep in my back pocket last weekend too with the Shallotte Pirates. Don't think we're quite ready for that one.
Got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? So.
Jay, it's just a tough task right now for Union.
Yeah.
Smaller school, not a whole lot of numbers, and it's been a struggle to the last 2-3 seasons.
Yeah. And we got a timeout. And I'm going to guess that was called by Union.
It was Union, yep.
Yeah, they looked a little confused as to who was supposed to be in the game and who wasn't. So take a look at their huddle. That is the Union High School Spartans from Sampson County, North Carolina. They are coached by first-year coach Mark Oates. I had read something about Coach Oates was that although it's his first year at Union, not nearly his first year as a coach, 30-plus years experience, and they like the fact that Coach Oates was a Sampson County native, so he was kind of coming back home, hoping to kind of right the ship for his county, his home county's high school, Union High School. As Sam said earlier, lost 59-0 to West Columbus. West Columbus pretty good.
Good football team.
Yeah, and then a 43-22 to Beargrass Charter. And then last week a forfeit involving Pender.
Beargrass Charter, or as Jay affectionately calls them, BGC.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle. Union gets it out across the 35 to the 37-yard line, so a gain of about 3 yards.
And Sam, I can remember coming here to Tabor City to do these South Columbus games, and I'd look at the sidelines of the South kids, and it's kind of reminiscent of what you see this evening with Union in terms of sheer just numbers of players.
Yep, very good call.
Yeah, so not a deep, a pretty thin roster like I was saying earlier about Union, and South dressing a lot of kids now.
Well, they went right back to the tall sweep, and Soto lost 3 yards, marked down around the 35-yard line, so that'll set up a we'll call it 3rd and 10. Oh, actually lost 4 yards. The ball was marked back at the 34, so a loss of 11 yards. Or, excuse me, 3rd and 11, a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, I was looking to see who made that initial hit. I think it was nope, check it. It was number 5 for South Columbus. That would be, well, we got a bunch of 5s, so we'll have to check that one out. Little screen
pass was completed and a big hit. Man, those numbers are impossible.
Just the South numbers are very difficult to pick up.
I'm sorry, folks. 19, 18.
I don't know, Sam. I'm still trying to figure out number 5 on the roster. It says Xavion, but it says
Bellamy.
Bellamy. Yeah,
Yep.
There we go. Little typo in Max Preps.
Lefty punter bounces down at the 49, fielded. Oh, Gore stayed on his feet somehow. Jay, he's got a scene.
My word.
He's still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 20-yard line. An excellent return of about 33 yards. And once again, the Stallions will start a possession deep in Union territory. And, Jay, that will take us to the end of the first quarter. DeMonte Gore, 21, and Union 0. DeMonte Gore scored all 3 rushing touchdowns for South Columbus in the first quarter. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the start of the second on FOCUS Broadband TV. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. South Columbus stopped after a short gain on first down.
Number 9, Malaeus in on the stop that time for Union. One of the better defensive efforts of the game thus far, right?
No doubt.
So tough guys to bring down are the South Columbus ball carriers. Wow.
South Columbus had a guy wide open in the end zone. It was Javon McLaughlin. And, partner, I just noticed a observation. That's not Rush Blackwell in the game at quarterback.
Okay.
That's number 11, Jared Keynes, listed as a senior tight end and linebacker on the roster. I saw him warming up, taking snaps here over on the sideline, and he is in the game. Just missed a wide-open receiver in the end zone. But still 3rd and 7 for South Columbus. Now South Columbus puts it on the ground, but he bounces right back up to the running back, who's slung down at the 9-yard line. That's number 5, Zavion Bellamy. Very close to the line to gain, and Jay, that's enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for the South Columbus Stallions.
Well, that's kind of an example of when things are going your way. There's not many mistakes you're going to make, and South Columbus, fortunate to maintain possession and then turn that into a first down run. Really, really fortunate.
Keynes rolls out to the right, looking for running room. He's got plenty of it. A 10-yard touchdown run from the senior, Jared Keynes. South Columbus's 4th touchdown of the first half, and the Stallions have a 27-0 lead. 10:36 left before halftime. Jay, that's got to feel good for the senior, Jared Keynes.
Yeah, he's listed, as you said, Sam, a tight end and a linebacker, and he looks pretty much put together there, that's for sure. Kick is up and no good. First miss of the night.
Jay, I got a correction to make real quick, partner. Number 11 on the South Columbus roster is Mr. Daquan Cox. So my apologies to Daquan. And if any of his family members are watching tonight at home, the South Columbus faithful, my apologies. That is number 11, Daquan Cox. who came in at quarterback and had the 10-yard rushing touchdown. And Jay, I noticed on that last snap, Rush Blackwell was in the backfield with them, playing tailback. So Blackwell was still on the field, but it was Cox who took the snaps and was handling the signal caller duties on that possession.
Well, and he looked quite capable and confident on that particular run around the outside to get in. So PAT fails, but 27-zip lead for South Columbus with 10:36 to go here in the second quarter. Daquan Cox. Okay.
That kick fielded cleanly by Union. The return man gets out across the 30-yard line to the, across the 25-yard line to about the 26. That was Hippolito Soto on the return. Out to the 26-yard line, a return of about 17 yards. Man, Hippolito Soto, he's making a case to be on the FOCUS Broadband TV all-name team.
All-name team for sure. Yeah, he's got my vote. He, the Spartans are struggling, obviously, but they need kind of a chunk play, a big play, something special to get them going.
Quarterback run up the middle. He's brought down by a host of Stallion tacklers.
Just getting ready to say, Sam, look at all the black shirts around that ball.
Ryan Chambers was the main man there, partner.
Chambers, Sam, a junior, came into this evening's game, 14 total tackles on the year, and 2 of them were tackles for a loss. You can add to those stats after that play.
Second and 9 for the Spartans of Union. Delay a game penalty. We'll take that second and 9 and make it a second and 14. Got a young man here on the South Columbus side in a Brave City Connect hat. Real good taste, young man. Ethan Johnson looking for some running room. And, Jay, the ball's on the ground.
Oh, my gosh.
Ball's on the ground. South Columbus recovers it, returns it inside the 15-yard line down to about the 10. And the South Columbus offense will be right back on the field, leading by 27 with 8:52 left before halftime. When it rains, it pours. Is that a Luke Combs song?
When it rains, it pours, that's for sure. And I think, was that Johnson?
I do believe so.
Recovering?
I do believe so. Briar Johnson.
Just a 10th grader. He's listed as a quarterback in addition to his middle linebacker duties.
Well, Daquan Cox is handling the quarterbacking duties right now for the Stallions of South Columbus. He gets the snap, hands it off around the left side, looking for some running room. He's got some, and he is in. A touchdown on 1st and goal from the 10. That was Blackwell, number 15, Rush Blackwell, who we've seen a lot of at quarterback this year. That was our first chance to look at him from his tailback spot, and he scores from 10 yards out to make it a 33-0 lead. 8 minutes and some change before the halftime break.
Wow, you like the possibilities when Blackwell is in there as a running back as opposed to being the quarterback, simply because he obviously can run and we know he can throw.
Extra point attempt is up. Extra point attempt is good. Jay, here's another look at the touchdown run. Daquan Cox hands it to Blackwell. Goes around the defender around the 8 and then scoots just inside the pylon for a Stallion touchdown.
Yeah, it didn't need a whole lot of blocking that time, and but showed kind of a, for lack of better words, a nose for the end zone, right? As we see the cheerleaders there for a second, and they sure have something to cheer about, they being the South Columbus cheerleaders.
So, Jay, that's 69 consecutive points since South Columbus last allowed a point, right? 36 against South Brunswick.
Yep.
To finish unanswered. 34 tonight. 70 consecutive unanswered points by the Stallions.
On a roll for sure. And still a bunch of time to go here in the second quarter, 8 minutes, 33 seconds.
That's the quarterback, Ethan Johnson, returning the
Nice tackle.
kick. Nice tackle
Who's
there.
that on special teams?
Or is that Dager? That's 9.
Number 9.
McPherson.
Yeah, that's just a great special teams tackle and play by Easton. Another sophomore. Has the only, I believe, interception. Nope, check it. Todd has a interception as well for the Stallions this year. McPherson, a two-way player. Good running back, good defensive back, and again, just a 10th grader. Wow. Oh my gosh, Sam. No chance for Soto.
I mean, he literally was hit right as the ball arrived at him.
Yeah.
I thought there was a chance that pitch could have got intercepted.
Yeah, it was darn close. And as you mentioned before, that kind of pitch to the right side, not working too well for the Stallions here this evening.
Well, it's working well for the Stallions.
Oh, I'm sorry, for the Spartans. We got Spartans and Stallions.
Just giving you a hard time, partner.
Yeah, no. Keep me on my toes.
We all knew what you meant. 2nd and 16 for the Spartans. 7:16 left before the halftime break. Handoff up the middle, and the black shirts wrestle him down about the 19-yard line. Picked up maybe a yard to the 20.
South Columbus pretty much dominating all aspects of this game thus far, and particularly the front 7 or the front 4 for sure. They are controlling that line of attack and really causing Union to struggle offensively here. Looks like they need to throw, but I'm not sure they could get enough time to throw.
Well, they're going to try here. Swing route out to the left side, falls to the turf, incomplete, setting up a 4th and 15.
And South Columbus is going to get this ball back in great field position, no doubt. Good shot inside the 50-yard line. If they don't block it, because again, they've really been coming hard up front. Kind of eased up there. Somebody may have got a piece. Well, Sam.
Jay, did South Columbus touch it?
Yeah, they must have, because they are signaling.
If South Columbus touched it,
yeah,
and Union went down and recovered it, it is Union football.
Yeah,
it certainly is.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it wasn't touched when he kicked it. Either because it came out kind of funny, and then bouncing around out there, it looked like for sure one of the South Columbus kids may have touched it, which then makes it a free ball for sure. And Union alertly pounces on it. We said they needed to come up with some kind of a special play of sorts. I guess that might count.
This time they toss it around the left side. It's Hippolito across the 40 down to about the 42-yard line. Picked up about 5 yards.
Yeah, Soto not afraid to put his head down and kind of bore in there for some yards. Sam, did we hear a score from over in Whiteville?
Clinton, last I heard, it was 12-0.
I think it's
Clinton.
Now it's up to 20-0.
Oh.
The number 1 2A school in the state
Yeah,
kind of taking it to Whiteville.
Yeah, I think Clinton beat Wallace Rose Hill 2 weeks ago by 28. Oh, Union got some life here. Ethan Johnson around the left side, still on his feet, finally wrestled out of bounds at the 40-yard line, a gain of about 16 yards, and a Spartan first down.
Well, finally, Union was able to kind of get through that first wave of South Columbus tacklers, and when they did, nice gain by senior quarterback Ethan Johnson.
Got a timeout on the field with 5:29 left in the first half. South Columbus 34, Union 0. South Columbus trying to move to 2-1 on the young season.
There's a good look at the Stallion huddle there. Kids getting some coaching up by the assistants and grabbing a drink of water, too. Briar Johnson, number 10, thirsty. Give me a swig of that stuff.
Jay Bird to get our first look this year at the Trojans next week down in Shallotte.
Man, Topsail, right?
Yeah, they host the Topsail Pirates, and it's youth football night, or youth football and cheerleaders night at West Brunswick High School.
That's a special time.
Yeah, and I have a vested interest in
yes,
youth
you
night.
do.
Got a cheerleader and a football player who will be in attendance next week in Shallotte.
Yeah, it's a fun time, and it's smart to involve the community at the youth level.
Ethan Johnson around the left
great.
side, brought down, lost about 4 or 5 yards.
Once again, Sam, I am so sorry. I can't make out the numbers from here. One of those big up front guys, I think, that kind of burst through the line there and caused a 5-yard loss.
Decent little gain on 2nd and 15. Picked up 3, maybe 4 yards out to the 42-yard line.
Ooh.
Jay, we're going to have a 3rd and 12 for the Union Spartans. And, Jay, this is the first time Union has been in South Columbus territory tonight. They've crossed midfield up at the 42-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Soto with another good run. Picked up about 4 or 5 yards. So it'll be 4th down, but it is a more manageable 4th down now after good gains on 2nd and 3rd down.
Chambers with the stop.
Chambers is active.
Very,
Isn't he?
yeah. They're going to go for it. Why not? Now they're going to kick it away unless it's a fake. They're going to fake. Good place to do it.
Jay, what a call from Jay Combs, folks. Oh, the ball came out.
Oh, gosh.
The ball came out. He was a yard shy of the line to gain anyway, but the ball came out at the end, so it's officially a takeaway, and J.I. got it. 69. Recovered it. Do we have a 69?
Not that I see.
Oh. Yep, he's right in front of me down at the 40-yard line
Yeah.
on the.
Got a 68, got a 70.
Hold on. Turn around one time for me, young man. Jake Cribb, 59.
59.
59.
Oh, yeah, Jake Cribb,
There
we got
go.
him for sure. Junior defensive tackle.
Cox rolls out.
Ooh.
Had an open man over on the right, but threw it just a little too low for the intended receiver over there.
That looked like the guy that couldn't catch a cold for Kansas City last night.
Kadarius Toney. I was just about to ask you if you caught the NFL opener last night.
I caught some of it, and I heard a lot of it about it today. And I don't think Mr. Toney has many friends in Kansas City today.
Jay, did you hear any discussion or discourse about the non-false starts on the Kansas City offensive line?
I sure did.
Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
Just couldn't understand why the referees were not calling it. It was so evident. Just as this is so evident, it's gone. Oh, he ran out of bounds.
Demonte Gore out of bounds over there on the far sideline.
I'll tell you
but
what.
He picked up good yardage before he was run out of bounds.
Sam, he is a smooth operator, isn't he, when he gets the ball, and particularly when he gets a little space.
Yeah, he just covers so much ground with those strides. I mean, he really looks like a sprinter.
Yeah.
Once he gets a full head of steam.
Kind of tall and
yes,
and lanky, but not the kind necessarily that's going to run over you, but absolutely can run away from you.
So 1st and 10. This give is to Blackwell around the left side. He takes it through the teeth of the Union defense and is dropped at the 44-yard line. Now, enough for a first down.
Sam, conversely, Blackwell, a kid that is more apt to run over you, and does have some speed to get away from you. But Rush Blackwell, a tough hombre and a big kid, as we mentioned before, showing quite well tonight as a featured running back.
This give is to Demonte Gore around the right side. He makes one man miss, then lost the ball, but it rolls out of bounds. And, Jay, we got a flag down at about the 37-yard line.
And I can't.
Of Union.
Way away from the play, so I'm not sure. We'll get a signal here from the head official in just a minute.
Block in the back against South Columbus.
Okay. So they mark it from the spot, Sam, of the foul?
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a 1st and 11, Jay. Man, we saw one of those last week, and I think I mentioned you very rarely see those. So, of course, naturally, the following week we have another one. Yeah, 1st and 11.
Well, yeah, we have seen some unusual things so far in this year, and
yes,
a lot of them have involved this South Columbus Stallion team.
You know what? We really should just be celebrating the fact that we made it here. With me navigating, I'm just giving my broadcast partner a really hard time.
3rd time was a charm. Could this be a charm here?
Look at this throw. Oh, that's going to be pass interference. He caught it anyway. What a grab by number 14, Javon McLaughlin. And what a throw by Daquan Cox with 1:56 left in the first half. Cox finds McLaughlin for a 46-yard touchdown strike, and the Stallions take a 40-0 lead over the Union Spartans.
Yeah, that was a well-thrown ball and a terrific catch by McLaughlin. Castrojohn in to attempt a point after. He's only missed one here this evening.
Another attempt is up. Another attempt is perfect. He is now 5 of 6 on the night. Jay, here's another look.
This ball was out of your picture, and then until it wasn't. And number 14, Javon McLaughlin, just doing a good job of out-battling Grimaldo for that ball and subsequent score.
So 41-0 with 1:56 left in the first half. And Jay, if the scoreboard at the bottom of the viewer screen isn't any indication, it's been all South Columbus here in the first half.
Well, look, we kind of documented early on that Union is in the midst of a terribly long losing streak, and trying to climb out of that hole sometimes is different. And to South Columbus' credit, they've had an opportunity here this evening to catch a team when it's not playing its best, and have fully taken advantage of it. Got a little bit of hitting going on out there, too.
Logan Todd.
So at some point, Sam, and maybe early on in the third quarter, with a lead like this, Coach Dove will have and staff will have an opportunity maybe to play some kids that mightn't see action that early in the second half of a game. Not too often you have a 41-point halftime lead, and of course South Columbus is pretty close to the automatic clock rule in the second half.
Yeah, running clock. If the lead is 42 points or greater, Union stuffed for a loss on 1st and 10. That was Cribb again on that tackle.
Yeah, I think the Spartans would be extremely well served here to just get this last minute 15 off the board and kind of regroup at halftime.
Jay, we got some kind of emergency inside the stadium. We'll keep the cameras right where they are. We got some kind of emergency inside the stadium, folks, so we're going to have, at the very least, a brief break in the action.
Nothing to do with the football game, and it does look, as you can see in your picture, they're going to go to their knee as they take care of this down the other end of the field.
Jay, I think we take a short break here while we have a break in the action on the football field. 41-0, South Columbus lead, 1:08 left before halftime on your FOCUS Broadband TV game of the week. And we're back inside Civitan Stadium. South Columbus leading 41-0. Of course, our thoughts and well wishes are with the family involved in an emergency here inside the stadium. But we're back to the football action, and that one's going to be blown dead. South Columbus encroached the neutral zone before the ball was snapped, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Stallions. The game clock stopped at 42 seconds.
I think encroached is a very kind word. They destroyed it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So if they were guessing on the snap, that time they guessed wrong.
Boy, Jay, it was a good fake by Ethan Johnson because I was watching him roll out to the right side on that bootleg. I thought he still had the football. It was Soto who had the ball and carried it out to the 34 before he was dropped after a short gain.
I like quarterbacks that,
carry out their fakes,
do
it
fakes
the right way.
Yeah. Didn't fool Chambers that time because he was at the bottom of that pile. But, I like the fact that once you release the ball, you continue your play. Those things can come back to help you.
The first half clock winding down. Union tries to get one more snap off, and they do. Soto got across the 35 to the 36, and that will be the last play of the first half. All Stallions in the opening 24 minutes. It's South Columbus 41, Union 0 at halftime of your FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week. And we're back, almost set for the start of the second half here from Civitan Stadium on the campus of South Columbus High School in Tabor City. And I'm going to interrupt myself here real quick, partner. Civitan? Civitan? What say you?
I barely got out of high school, Sam. So
yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Not sure.
right. Either way, Jay, we're inside this stadium, and Union's going to kick off to the Stallions to start the second half. And, Jay, this opening drive of the second half has implications.
It sure does. If South Columbus can score in any way here, a touchdown, a field goal, this game will have a running clock. When one team is up by 42 or more points in the second half, then the clock literally doesn't stop, except for, I think, injuries and other scoring and timeouts.
Yep. Good starting field position once again for South Columbus. They return that kick across their own 40 to about the 43-yard line, where they'll start 1st and 10. And Jay, Daquan Cox came in and did a fine job at quarterback.
Sure did.
Threw a touchdown pass to Javon McLaughlin. He had a touchdown run around the right side.
Yeah.
Did a fine job.
He did, and it's an interesting looking attack when you have Cox at quarterback and Blackwell at running back. Of course, here's the guy, right, that score.
That's Xavion Bellamy.
Check it. That's Bellamy, yeah. Bellamy, a very capable runner as well. But Gore had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. As Sam mentioned, Cox had a touchdown run and a touchdown pass to McLaughlin. Blackwell had a touchdown run, and kicker Castrojohn 5 of 6 point afters. Pretty much all South Columbus.
First and 10 at the Union 45-yard line. I'm sorry, partner. Blackwell around the right side. Jay, we got a Union player who lost his lid.
And Mason Parker, 52, picked it up and helped put it back on his head. So good sportsmanship from
56, who lost his helmet, Mr. Christopher Wilson.
Just a freshman. Again, as we mentioned.
Good-sized kid.
Yeah, early on. There's a lot of youth on this visitors from Union High School.
Hey, Whiteville has pulled within 13 of Clinton, Jay. It's 20-7.
They can run the ball. And we
Another
can run the ball here.
First down and then some.
Wow.
Still on his feet from 43 yards out. It is a touchdown, Stallions.
And I guess that's Bellamy, who's pretty darn excited and getting a big hug from 77, Tyrese Johnson.
It was Xavion Bellamy. Good call, partner. Man, who's got the Hawkeye now?
Well,
Jay Combs does.
Lights are getting a little better, so. How many yards was that one, Sam?
43, Jay, and the clock continues to tick.
Yeah, so you're in the right-hand corner of your screen, you see that moving clock. That's why.
Jay, in all seriousness, though, this extra point, this point after try unit, has come a long way in 3 weeks. They've been real. I mean, he's booming those through tonight.
Yeah, so way back when, right, in the beginning of the year when
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, West Bladen, they had a hard time converting, and they kind of abandoned it kicking. We're going to take another look at Bellamy's run. Up the middle, some good blocking, and then it's just Bellamy running away from people. And then
right through an arm tackle, and see ya.
Yeah.
Bellamy, house call.
McLaughlin chest bumping him, too. I always like I think it was a Saban line, when you get to the end zone, act like you've been there before, right? Have fun, celebrate a little bit, but don't go nuts about it, right?
What about folks like me who have never been there?
Yeah, well, I understand. I understand.
So, Jay, I don't know.
I had a 64-yard touchdown one time run in high school, and I think by the time I got to the end zone, I passed out. So I don't really remember much about it.
Johnson looking for room around the left side. He's brought down at the 30-yard line. A couple flags thrown in the area, maybe a face mask or a hold there toward the end of the run. We'll wait on the. It was a face mask against South Columbus. So they'll tack on some yardage to the end of that return.
Tell you what, loved the determination that time of the Union return runner.
Mr. Ethan Johnson.
Really having a hard time to get him down.
So, Jay, how many times do you have your quarterback returning kicks? Not often, right?
Yeah, when you only have about
20 kids,
20 kids on your team,
22.
you'll play a lot of different positions.
And Jay, now's the time, right? If you're head coach Russell Dove, where you get a look at a bunch of guys who haven't played a whole lot, right?
I would think it's a lot different than in practice. When you get reps in the game, just a different environment. And of course, you're going up against a team with a different colored shirt on. So yeah, it's all good. It helps build the depth of your team. And you avoid injuries to the starters. I mean, there's really nothing but goodness that can come out of it for the team that gets to do it.
There's a good crease right there, and Hippolito Soto across the 40 to the 43-yard line picked up about 12 yards and a first down.
Again, trying to see who.
Oh, no, Jay, it was a little shy.
Well, not much, though,
I added 5 yards to his run. It was about a 7 or 8 yard run there. Hippolito with the hurdle.
Yeah, he needed to leap a little more that time, be Hippolipo, but
I like it. Ball's on the ground again, partner. South Columbus recovered.
Might be Southpaw, and
yep,
it is.
It is South Columbus football at the 41-yard line. 4th takeaway of the night for the black shirts of South Columbus. And, Jay, there have been about 6 offensive snaps in the second half, and the clock already down to about the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, that's what the running clock will do, and good chance that this third quarter and who knows, the remainder of the game going to go by pretty quick.
Yeah, this second half is going to zoom by, folks. We're already about 2/3 of the way through the third quarter, and we've only had about 6 total plays. Give around the right side. Ball carrier brought down at around the 34-yard line, a pickup of 8.
I think that's Todd that time, maybe. Logan Todd, number 7.
On the carry, yep.
Yeah, golly day. That's the first one I got right tonight. I'm telling you. I can tell you number 24, Brian Gonzalez, check it into the game.
Jay, I love the line that you've used, with me over the course of the years we've done this together. Often wrong, but never in doubt.
Yeah, I'd love to take credit for that, but that was from, in my estimation, the great Billy and the late Billy Packer, who was one of the best analysts of all time. And, of course, Billy did basketball, but, yep, that's what he always said. His role was to. And
Billy's son Mark has carved out quite a career for himself in the
talking head.
The broadcasting realm.
Sure
not a color analyst like his dad. But I saw Mark Packer was at Florida State this week with their football team, kind of give them some courses and some interview lessons. Instructing players on how they should answer certain questions and how to carry themselves, and he'd be a good one to learn from.
Sure would be.
Give up the middle, a lot of running room, and it is a touchdown, Stallions.
And
a 34-yard touchdown run. South Columbus, and the lead is 54-0.
And I think that's a new running back that scored that time. That is number 31. That would be, I don't know. And guess what? The PA announcer doesn't know either.
Yep, I was waiting on the name from them, and they didn't have it either. So number 31 with a 34-yard touchdown run.
Great run, great blocking, and number 31, whomever that might be. Another good kick. So that
another made extra point there, partner. That's 7 for 8 on the night from Castro.
Sam, number 31 did not get touched by anyone on that run. So credit that offensive line, and credit the to be named the number 31 with an excellent run and the score, and now a 55-point advantage for South Columbus. This Union team, I think, Sam, with 59-0 the first week against West Columbus. So South kind of getting close to that score.
Jay, let me ask you. Let's address this before tonight's end. How deflating for this is the young people over on the Union sideline? I mean, I know it's probably a silly question, but I mean, it really does take a lot of guts, a lot of fortitude just to keep showing up after multiple nights like this, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, look, at your heart, you're a competitor, right? I mean, and you kind of know you're not going to win everything. And you kind of know that, there's going to be some nights where you come out on the short end, but you never want to come out on the short end the way Union is experiencing it tonight. If you're the coach, veteran Mark Oates, you just try to find those silver linings here, those glimpses of things that we did well and we can work on and improve on. And
oh, there's a good kick return.
Yeah.
Across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. Hippolito Soto.
I'll tell you what, Hippo's going to sleep pretty good tonight. He's been very active on both sides of the ball, and even and returning kicks too.
So the third quarter clock has hit the 40-second mark. South Columbus 55, Union 0. Probably going to be the last play of the third quarter right here. Union 1st and 10, ball at its own 35-yard line.
Look at all the black shirts in the box, Sam. No wonder difficult to run.
Ethan Johnson dragged down, loss of about 5 yards. And Jay, really it boils down to a numbers game. If you've got a quarterback and 2 running backs in the backfield, and they've got 11 in the box, you're outnumbered. I mean, you've got more would-be tacklers than you've got blockers, and it's really quite simple.
Count the hats.
Count the hats, that's right. So after 3 quarters of play on the FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week, South Columbus 55, Union 0. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth. And we're back. Start of the fourth quarter. Handoff to Hippolito Soto, and he's wrestled down for a loss of a couple yards back to the 28-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd and 18 for Union. 11 and a half minutes remaining in the game. So, Jay, non-conference season for South Columbus has started off with it was a tight, probably disappointing loss to West Bladen in week 1, but then you bounce back with a miraculous comeback win at 3A South Brunswick, and then a pretty dominant effort here tonight against Union. So far, so good in 2023 for the Stallions.
That's an understatement. For sure. I got to write this down. My math might be off, but I think that's 91 consecutive points that the South Columbus offense has scored. Going back to the, I guess the 3rd quarter of that game 2 weeks ago against South Brunswick. And at the same time, that's 4 quarters in a row that the defense has not given up a point.
Jay, and this South Columbus offense right now, and I know this game's not over yet, but South Columbus averaging 41 points per game, 41 points and some change over the course of 3 games. That was a 4th down place. Hippolito Soto picked up good yardage, but was about 6 yards shy of the line to gain. So the South Columbus offense will come back onto the field, 1st and 10 at the Union 39.
And my guess is there's going to be some kids that are, as we discussed earlier, getting some PT now that may not necessarily have played yet this evening. Trying to catch some of those numbers, and I am seeing numbers that I don't even have on their active roster, or at least the roster that we're working off of tonight. So, but the clock will continue to roll. 9:30 to go, and I would think the Stallions will take their sweet time, and someone called a timeout. I think maybe Union.
So we will have a timeout. Oh, Jay, that clock's rolling straight through the timeout, isn't it?
I thought it stopped then, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
you're the rule. You're the play-by-play and the rules analyst.
It's stopped now.
Interpreter.
It's stopped now at 9:10 left.
Which,
in the ball game.
I don't know how you feel about it, Mr. Sam, but I love, and it's been, gosh, a number of years now. I think it started in the NFL. But you get these rules analysts on. Don't they make a big difference?
I actually wish they were more involved in the broadcast. I wish they had a more regular presence. I know they call them in if there's a questionable one. Yeah. I love it so much. I'm in favor of them, like Terry McCauley. I'm in favor of those guys being involved a touch more on the broadcast. But, yeah, I love that. I just think it adds such a great element to the broadcast.
See, I'm trying to find out who, and there's a injured, and this is what you really hate to see.
Yeah, and Jay, when you got about 23 healthy kids, cramp.
And sure when they
looks in the area.
Sam, when they regroup, see if you can identify who the quarterback is for South Columbus. I don't think it was Blackwell, nor I'm not sure it was Cox either. So there's the Union guys who have ventured here from, as Sam explained to us, a pretty long way from Sampson County. And they're going to probably go back up the road with an 0-4 record, and I believe that would be 21 consecutive losses over a couple of seasons.
Xavier Allen, the junior tight end. Good to see him kind of jog off the field on his own power, and we're back in action. Be 2nd and 11 from about the 40-yard line.
And Sam, see if you can catch who the quarterback might be.
Jay, it looks like McLaughlin to me, 14.
Okay, could be.
No. Yeah, that's him. That's 14.
Well, he can catch and hand off the ball too, huh? See, I can't. Is it 14 or 24? I don't know. I defer
I thought
to you.
McLaughlin was a little taller. Jay, you're right. Good call.
Is it 24? Brian Gonzalez?
It is 20. No.
No. Listed as a kicker and
34.
34. And of course, we probably don't have that one.
Nope.
Oh boy.
We do not have a 34, but it is definitely 34 playing quarterback.
There is a
flag on the field.
Flag on the
False start
field, yeah,
on the receiver here at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, real big time. And of course, perhaps that's what you can see, again, as we mentioned earlier, when some kids getting some time that, ordinarily wouldn't. That looked like the offensive tackle for Kansas City last night.
Except this kid tonight came from his running back position.
Yeah, I know. So this is
had a full sprint toward the line of scrimmage.
This Canadian football now, folks. We're now in the Canadian Football League or the USFL or one of them crazy places.
Yeah, that was something.
Bit premature, but got away with it, huh? Nobody.
I'm not sure what you gain by throwing the illegal shift penalty there.
Yeah. It's just running. Get around the corner. Yeah.
It's a first down and then some inside the 20-yard line to about the rolled down at exactly the 20-yard line.
Well, penalty's going to go against South Columbus, and it's going to negate an excellent run that time by the quarterback. We're calling him Brian Gonzalez. I'm not sure that's correct or not.
So, Jay Bird, we got a 4th and 6 here for the Stallions. Man in motion. Quarterback keeps it. He's going to keep it around the left side. He's got all kinds of running room over there. It's a first down and then some. Finally wrestled out about the 20-yard line. So this run to the 20-yard line, it'll stick. And the game clock is going to tick below the 5-minute mark as South Columbus, some of its reserves, try to build on this 55-0 lead. Jay, I really haven't sensed any let up in the effort from the Union Spartans. They're still playing hard.
Oh yeah, they're out there sticking their nose in there. Now you see a couple of them grabbing their knees right now. They're tired, but that defense has been on the field quite a bit here this evening. And the offense for South Columbus, I wonder, they think about, hey, West got 59 on them. We score. We can get 61, 62.
Give around the left side.
Nice
the
cut.
Running back still on his feet inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. Enough for the first down.
And I didn't catch who that ball carrier was that time.
Lawson
But whoever it was, nice cut back to pick up that first down. They've been kind of an equal opportunity attack here this evening, going principally on the ground. That's what they do, but or can do. And but to the left, to the right, up the middle. I mean, it's pretty much where they wanted to run the football. They've been able to. Credit the offensive line, doing a good job, and this, and hanging on to the football here this evening, right?
And I don't think either team has had to complete a pass.
The one touchdown pass, I remember. The touchdown pass.
Oh, you're right, to McLaughlin.
But
Good
most
call.
Everything's been a run.
Good call. I forgot about that one. And South Columbus will hit the 60-point plateau, 61-0 with 3:10 left in the ball game. South Columbus going to move to 2-1 on the young season, while Union falls to 0-4. Still got a couple minutes and some change left, but that's just
try to
formality at this point.
We get a replay of that, try to identify who the ball carrier was that scored. Going for two.
They just take the snap and take a knee. Jay was 34 on the touchdown run, whoever he may
And we
be.
don't know who 34 is. Okay. Yeah, there. Still can't tell it the second time we look at it. But anyway, nice job by Nathan and company tonight to keep you in the replay game. So 61.
Do we know who the Stallions have next week?
So 61 for South and 0 for Union.
South Columbus will take this 2-1 record, Jay, and hit the road for Elizabethtown next week for a date with East Bladen. We saw East Bladen at the Bash at the Beach football jamboree in the preseason. That could be a real good one.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody that's going to go up against the Stallions right now,
better be ready.
They better be ready, right,
East
for this.
Bladen can really run the football.
Well,
it will really test South Columbus's run defense.
And vice versa, perhaps,
yep,
right?
Exactly.
A team that averaging over 527 yards a game offensively, and they certainly haven't done anything tonight to hurt that, other than basically play it and 2 and maybe 3 quarters worth of play.
Jay, with a running clock, this kickoff is probably it. Man, he can boom it down there.
Yeah, good kick.
It's Ethan Johnson again on the return.
Sprints
around the right side. Looking for some more running room. He's got it. He's still on his feet.
Good
Pushed
job.
out of bounds at the 49-yard line or 50-yard line. And, Jay, unless Union's in a real hurry to get that offense on the field and run a play, that will just about do it from Civitan Stadium. Looks like the Union Spartans and the Stallions are going to line up and shake hands, and I'm going to ask for a quick wrap from my partner, Jay Combs.
Well, too much Stallions offensively here this evening. They continue their streak. That would be 97 unofficially consecutive points, and something that gets lost in the shuffle is now 1, 2, 3, 4 shutout quarters this evening. Their last game, they shut out South Brunswick in the fourth quarter. So that's 5 consecutive quarters that this defense has failed or has not given up a point, and the offense is just running crazy, and they certainly did it here again tonight.
And the offense averaging 44 points a game through 3 games. Again, the Stallions move to 2-1. Union falls to 0-4 for Brent Gallant and Jordan, whose last name I didn't get. Sorry, folks. And Nathan Evers and Jay Combs. I am Sam Hickman. Good night from Tabor City. We'll see you from Charlotte next week. A week from tonight, West Brunswick will host Topsail on your FOCUS Broadband TV Game of the Week. In the meantime, good night from Tabor City. We'll see you next time.